Hello, in this video I'm going to demonstrate the use of abstract methods and abstract classes in Java. Let's begin by creating a project. We call it as abstract methods and classes. Now let's create a class to test these things. So we'll call it as core.vinod.program01. Let's create a class called shape to represent an abstract shape. So we type shape. We'll make it part of a package called entity and move it to that package. Here, we would like to write a function to print the shape's area. So we'll give it here public void print area. But then we don't know how to calculate the area of a shape whose shape is unknown. So we cannot use a formula here. Now, generally, we would be giving as something like cannot print the area of this object and so on. However, can I not have this removed? So I'll put a semicolon. Now note that we get an error. Now it is quite understandable. For example, assuming that this is okay to do with, we go here and type shape s1 equals to new shape and new shape. And then if I type s1 dot print area, what do you think this would do? Because it is not printing anything. There is no body here. So this is not allowed at this point in time. So let's go back over here and let's see what is the error message. If you look at the error message itself, it says now this method requires a body instead of a semicolon. It says that, hey, you missed a body here, you should have given a curly bracket. Now the whole idea of why we gave that semicolon is that we don't have anything to do. So we just put a semicolon in any case. However, now this has a problem and two solutions. One is add a body which is exactly like this, which we don't want. The second is that mark this particular method as abstract so that nobody can call this particular function. So we can add an abstract keyword. So when we say save, now we see technically this is not having a problem because it is okay, public abstract void print area. However, it says that a print area which is an abstract can be made part of a class only if the class is abstract. So having an abstract class, abstract method is imposing on this class that it has to be an abstract one too. So let's go and make this as abstract, save it. Now you see that there is no errors. So can we go and call this function now? We go to the program01. Let's create a shape variable shape s1. Now as you can see, there is absolutely no error in creating a shape variable, which is only a reference variable. However, as soon as I say new shape, now there is an error. Now the reason why there is an error is because if you create an object of this particular class, incidentally, and if you are calling this function, what do you think the output should be? So because of which it says that, hey, you cannot create an object of an abstract class. So point number one to remember is that when an abstract method is placed in a class, the class must be written as abstract. Number two is that an object of an abstract class cannot be created directly using the new keyword. Now, the point is you cannot directly create. So you can, however, create it indirectly. What do you mean by indirectly? Now, let's go and understand that. Let's create a class here called circle. Create a class circle, which is an extension of a shape. So I'm going to go, or let's just click OK, finish. Now there is no error, but we'll now make it as extends shape. Now, as soon as you say extend shape, you'll see that you get an error. Now the error is primarily because we said extends shape. Now anything and everything from the shape class will be inherited. It is as if the circle class has been defined with a method which is abstract. And we saw that earlier, if a method, abstract method is available in a class, the class also have to be declared as abstract. But of course, if I declare it as abstract, then the error is gone, but you will never be able to create an object of this circle class just like the one which tried out with the shape. So obviously, there is no use of such a class where you cannot create an object. We always need to create an object. Now, that is exactly why it's giving a message here that says the type circle must implement the inherited abstract method shape.printArea. So it is saying add unimplemented methods or make the type circle as abstract. Now, my choice here is add unimplemented methods. So we will create a variable which is representing the radius, and then we will add a constructor and a constructor using field, and then of course we can add setters and getters, and then of course we print the area of the circle by using double area equals to math.py multiplied by radius and again multiplied by radius, and then of course printing it. So I'll say area of circle or area of this object is, of this circle object is, and then area. So we do have now a concrete class circle that has a print area method. So while program 1 could not create an object of shape, we can create an object of a shape in the form of a circle. So I can always say new circle with some value in it like 12.34, and then I can say s1.printArea. Now note that in this particular class program 1, we have never used or never directly created the shape object, but we have indirectly created a shape object because a circle is a shape and there is no problem in creating this. Now, so we do have a shape object on the right hand side and shape reference on the left hand side. And then using that reference when we call, it now looks into the object which is represented by S1, which is a circle object, and calls this print area on that. And that is how we will be able to use this. So primarily, an abstract method is used for enforcing contracts on subclasses. For example, if I create a class triangle and inherit that from shape, now you can see that there is a tick mark that is enabled here that says inherited abstract methods. Now, because of which you can see that automatically that abstract method is available, which means that the class shape is used for developing contracts on subclasses. So we are ensuring that all the subclasses have at least print area as a common function so that I can create a shape variable, make it point to an object of circle or triangle or square or rectangle, and then call this s1.printArea whenever we want. Also, when a method is marked as abstract, the class must be marked as abstract, and when the class is marked as abstract, you cannot create an object of this particular class.